What's up, everyone? Today I want to talk about hair. That's right, hair. These strands of DNA things that grow out of our head ever so gracefully and caress our faces with their annoying or pleasant loveliness. The things that gracefully flow through the wind, that give you dignity or give you lack thereof, that paint you who you are, or at least how you accessorize your organic cells. I have no idea what I'm going on about. Look, okay, the thing I want to talk about is specifically long hair. As you noticed, I grew my hair long because that's just, I'm like, why not? So I did it, and I like it. I like my hair being long. But I'm wondering, how come when a guy grows their hair long, like me, they're judged for it? I mean, I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm just curious, like, what that it's about. And I haven't been judged, at least no one's told me any judgment. So, yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, because there's a lot of, everyone's fine with it. They don't care. Like, they don't seem to pay much attention. But there are a couple instances here and there where you're like, you should get a haircut or something like that. And it's mostly by people you know, right? Like, no stranger's just gonna walk up to you and be like, you need a haircut and walk away. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a few rude ones out there, but for the most part, it's smooth sailing, because, you know, no one really wants to be rude and tell you to your face, generally speaking, unless they know you personally and they can, you know. But I gotta stop saying I keep saying it. But it's like, would you say the same to the person if they were a female? Get a haircut. And if not, why? What does gender have to do with hair length? And it just doesn't make any sense. Like, who decided in history that males should have short hair, females should have long hair? When did this happen? How does that make any sense? They're strands, and you can grow them however long you wish to. Like, physically speaking, there's no ramifications or whatever you want to say to do so with either gender. So what decides girls have long hair, boys have short hair? Like, what happened? And why do most people tend to do that anyway? I mean, I've always kind of put it as, like, maybe dudes tend to not give a crap and they just like what's convenient, so they cut it so it's not in the way in their face or anything and stuff like that. And then females, you know, they like to, most of them like to accessorize and all that stuff, and they're all about that, so they have long hair so that they can do stuff with it. That's kind of what I've thought of it as, but I don't know, it tends to, a lot of the time, people actually judge you if you have your hair different than what's culturally thought of as what you should do. But why is that culturally thought of in the first place? That's my question. Like, what happened? Because a lot throughout history, didn't men always have long hair? Well, didn't both always have long hair? You know, it was considered to be, like, manly and warrior and stuff like, at least, correct me if I'm wrong. And then only in recent years in Western society, we're like, yeah, boys have short hair, girls have long hair, and if you do anything else, then you're weird or something. Like with a female, if they have short hair, they're either lesbian or they're a feminist or some crap like that. Or if a guy grows their hair long, they're either a rock star, like they play an instrument, or they're gay or something, or they're transgender, you know, like that same with females, or they're transgender or whatever. But why is that? I mean, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. For the most part, if a girl cuts her hair short, everyone compliments her, but if a guy grows their hair long, it's kind of like, eh. I've had more compliments than I have had judgments, though. I just want to say I'm not complaining or anything. I'm not saying woe was me or any of that. It's just I'm curious about what it is. What is this whole cultural thing? How did we get into this? What is it? Why does it exist? That's my question. Doesn't make any sense to me. How does what's down there determine what's up here? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. At least that's my theory. Is guys like the convenience, girls like to accessorize. So that's what I've kind of thought of it as far as the individual choice goes. But yeah, if you've noticed, little kids also have that because I mean they don't have much of a say so. It's like their parents force it on them. I mean, granted, they don't. I don't think they care. The kids, they don't. But like, it's. I mean, who knows? Maybe they ask for it, but it just seems every young kid I see, it's like their parents force them to get a haircut, grow their hair long, or something. I don't know. That's just what I thought of that. Probably wrong on that. I have no idea. But yeah, it's just weird. It's like, oh man, you need a haircut, but then the girl, yeah. Like I had a friend once, who was talking to this parent, and her son's hair was getting a little bit long. It was like barely up to down to here, or maybe a little bit. That's considered short for females for some reason, but it's considered long for males. I don't know. But but they're like, oh man, they're like, oh, his hair's getting kind of long, isn't it? I mean, they knew this woman. Let me just clear that up. It wasn't just walking up to someone at Walmart and being like, oh, your son needs a haircut. It was at church. They knew this person. They were already in a conversation. So, yeah. Like, oh, your hair's getting a little long. Yeah, I need to cut it. Meanwhile, her daughter right next to him has her hair, like, clear down to her butt. I'm like, what about her? Her hair is, like, a little too long there. What do you... No worried about her hair? It's like 10 times longer than his? You know, I just don't understand it. What? I mean, I'm both curious about it and annoyed by it at the same time. I'm like, who cares? Let the people choose what they want to do. Quit judging them, on one hand. But on the other hand, and really most of it, I would say, is, why is that? You know, I'm curious about this. What is it about hair and gender? They're mutually exclusive, or they're not mutually exclusive. Whatever the saying is, that means that it doesn't matter what your gender is, you can have your hair however you want it. It's just hair. It doesn't affect anything. I mean, this long hair isn't gonna make my testosterone level go down or something, like, you know what I mean? I mean, does it? But anyway, it's just weird to me. It's like, what does hair have to do with gender? I don't get it.